Hi Gemini, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings, Tarot Reading from the Heart. So your 21 card Gypsy Tarot spread, which should be ranging from April 2017 through to September 2017, is going to be the following video. So you'll see this one for the month of April, but you're going to see your extended reading, the Gypsy Tarot spread general reading, straight after this. Okay, so if you want to have a look at that as well, it's straight after this video. Okay, we're going to have a look what's coming up for Gemini in the month of April 2017. Hope you guys have had a good March. So Universe Spirit, show me what's coming in for Gemini. Show me Gemini. Show me the zodiac sign of Gemini in the month of April 2017. Show me Gemini. Show me Gemini. What's coming in for Gemini in the month of April 2017. Show me. Okay, now for this reading we're using the Smith Waite Tarot Deck Centennial Edition again. I really like this deck. Same as the Rider Waite, it's just the Centennial Edition. And I might use the Lenormand again for some clarifiers. Okay, so we're going to split the deck into three, collect it back up, and what we're going to do is start laying the cards down. Okay. Just get some clarifiers down before we start the reading. You know, I feel that in the month of April 2017, Gemini, there are certain people who are trying to block your progress. They're trying to block you from moving forward, I feel, coming up for Gemini. Okay. Right, so the you now position, Gemini, shows you as the Tower and the Hierophant. Hopefully you can see those cards. Sorry, I've got a new lighting system called a ring light, which, you know, because sometimes it gets a little bit overcast in the flat, so I needed this to, you know, good lighting and shit like that as a YouTuber. So yeah, we've got the Tower and the Hierophant. For me, this reminds me of breaking free from restraints, or breaking free, because the Tower is a card about when you are, you know, the Tower represents chaos, yes, and it does represent where solid foundations are really kind of tumbling down. So this card, when it shows up, is often about something that happens when you are, you've set your sights, you've set your goals maybe in a certain direction, and sometimes things don't work out when you get the Tower card. For me, with the Hierophant is all about convention. It's all about a certain kind of restrictive thinking a lot of the time. Sometimes this can be a card that says, you know, you're sitting in your power in terms of what your beliefs are, Gemini, but sometimes this can mean that you're having to adhere to society's rules and regulations, or the regulations and rules of another person, or an environment that you might be in. So sometimes you'll get the Hierophant show up when you're actually looking at things like working in a corporate environment. And with the Tower card, sometimes for me this means enough. It means, you know, expelling that energy. So for me, the Tower is a card of freedom as well, because it blows something apart that is not of any use to you any longer. So I feel that there is really a break in beliefs here, because the Hierophant is often about the beliefs that we build up, and the Tower is about the beliefs that we actually break down. So I feel that for some of you guys in the month of April, there is a certain belief system maybe that we're seeing for you guys that is being broken apart. It's leaving you in the present as the Empress and the Page of Wands, which is interesting because we can look at these as pregnancy cards together. Sometimes this represents a pregnant mother, or a mother that's given birth, or that type of thing. I feel if it's not pregnancy, because I'm trying to link up why we would have the Tower and then the Hierophant, and then maybe the Empress and the Page of Wands as a result. When I do my readings, as I say, Gemini, I always look at the you now position, and I see this as a break with tradition, in which you're sitting as the Empress with the Page of Wands. So, you know, if we're not looking at pregnancy here, I feel that what we're looking at is, you know, you look at the Empress and this is all about abundance and prosperity. This is somebody who's quite successful, but maybe there is a sense of needing to tread a different path with the Page of Wands, okay, in terms of success, because I feel that the Page of Wands is all about feeling enthusiastic and feeling excited about a journey, about a particular path that you want to follow. It's about fearlessness and moving forward with that. So I feel that as the Empress, you guys are really kind of following your dreams. You're following you're following a new path, I feel, as a result of breaking with some form of tradition here. I feel that the reason for this, the root issue, is the Knight of Pentacles and the Devil here. So for me, this is, when I see the Knight of Pentacles, this is somebody who's following their goals. They're following, you know, they've got a greater idea about where they want to go. So sometimes this is a business idea that somebody might have. Sometimes the Knight of Pentacles is about, you know, following a path whereby you've set out an idea that you want to achieve. So sometimes this can be making a business plan. Sometimes the Knight of Pentacles for me is a card that says, you know, what I'm doing is I've got a greater idea about where I want to be in the future. And as a result of that, I'm being very, very cautious, okay? But I feel that because we've got the Knight of Pentacles, which represents being cautious, and when you're being cautious of the Knight of Pentacles, you're really kind of looking at the realism of the situation. So you're looking at something realistically. You're being very, very, you know, you're not being a Knight of Swords, so you're not rushing into something as a Knight of Pentacles. What you're doing is you're taking your time. I feel with the Devil is all about restrictions that one feels. The Devil is all about our fears that hold us back. The Devil is a card that says that there might be some obstacles. And I feel that with the Knight of Pentacles, it's almost to me where somebody is following a particular path, but they're doing it very, very cautiously. Perhaps because the Devil represents, and also it's funny with the Knights, because Knights represent adventures and they represent situations. So they will represent how quickly you move into a situation or how slowly. And when you get a Knight of Pentacles, this can mean that you're devoted to something here. It can also mean, well, I've been taking a long time to reach my dreams. But I feel with the Devil card, there's almost a restriction in terms of how you reach those goals. So I feel that what's going on here, if we just kind of go back on the cards that we've just seen, Gemini, I feel that the Tower is a break with tradition. You're breaking kind of some form of something that's kept you probably bound for quite a while, Gemini, I would say, with these two cards, because for me, the Hierophant of tradition, the Tower is a break. So to me, this is a break with tradition. It's because the root issue is, I feel that there have been some obstacles, maybe with the Knight of Pentacles facing that Devil. The Knight of Pentacles is, I'm making slow but steady progress, but you're making it towards the Devil. And to me, the Devil is a card that suggests restrictions, as I've said, restrictions, obstacles, things that kind of hold us back. And I feel that it's almost like you're moving towards something that is taking a very, very long time, possibly because with the Devil card, there's been a certain restriction around that. And as a result of that, I feel that, you know, the way to success for you guys with this Empress card, prosperity, abundance, feeling comfortable, feeling happy, is possibly with the Page of Wands, to follow a new path, follow your own journey, and also follow something that gives you a certain level of freedom. Because I do see the Page of Wands. If you look at the pages, Gemini, they're all about, they're either about messages, or they're either about study, or they're either about a new journey, so new developments. When you get Page of Wands, sometimes this can be a new creative journey that you're on. And I feel that with the Empress, we're not talking about pregnancy here. Some of you guys might be pregnant, but we're not talking about that here, okay? Because remember, the cards we can interpret in a multitude of ways. Empress and Page of Wands doesn't always mean pregnancy. Only if somebody's coming, you know, or giving birth. if somebody comes to me for a pregnancy reading, you get those 2 cards. It is about pregnancy, okay? But this is a general reading. And looking at the flow of the cards around here, Gemini, for me, this is you guys. With the Empress card, you're in a certain space, I feel, within the month of April, in which I feel with the Page of Wands, you know, the Empress is a beautiful card to get, because the Empress for me is a card about feeling at a certain point where you feel that you know yourself, you're valuing what's around you, you're valuing what it is that you've built up. But I feel that with the Page of Wands showing here, there's more work to be done, okay? And I don't feel that for some of you guys, you're able to do that, maybe in a certain situation that you're in. As a result of this Knight of Pentacles and the Devil, where I feel that reaching your goals, there might be a little bit of an obstacle here with the Devil card, okay? Because the Devil represents, mainly for me, obstacles. It can be, you know, a card that says that you are paying attention to more the superficiality of life, that type of thing. You're paying attention to the money, the clothes, the car, the house, that type of thing. Some of you guys might be working towards that. You might be working towards, because remember, the Knight of Pentacles is a worker card. So when you're the Knight of Pentacles, you're making an effort. You're working hard towards a particular goal, okay? So you might be working towards some form of superficial element within your life. You might be working towards, for example, you know, buying something new, like a handbag. Remember, the Devil means to be tempted as well. So it might be for some of you guys, this might not so much be for some of you that what you're working towards has obstacles, but it might be with the Knight of Pentacles that what you're doing with the Devil is you're working towards something that's quite superficial. So whether that, and you know, the Devil card is not a bad card, because we can look at superficiality in all sorts of ways. Everything in life is superficial. If you buy a new house, it's a superficial thing that you're buying. You need a house, but at the end of the day, some people don't need to buy a new house, but yet if the money is there, they will, you know, go and buy that. Some people might want to buy a new handbag. Some people might want to buy, you know, a new pair of shoes or a new dress. You know, it's all those things. New makeup, for example, a new car. So for me, sometimes this can be that you're working towards something that gives you kind of external happiness rather than internal happiness. So it might be something quite material with that Devil, because remember, the Devil can also represent superficial materialism. So you might be working towards something material here. And I feel that, you know, if the you now position, Gemini, is that there's a break with tradition here. So the Hierophant might be, for example, the inner wisdom that says, you know, don't buy that thing at this time of year, or don't purchase that, you know, that particular thing, because you don't really need it. You need to be kind of going a little bit deeper. You need to be thinking about things that are going to give you everlasting happiness rather than things that are going to give you happiness just in the now. It might be that with the Tower card, well, there's a break with that. There's a break with a certain long-term belief, because this is what the Hierophant is. The Hierophant is all about our long-term beliefs. It's the things that we've been brought up with. It's the ideas that we've had. It's the ideas that we've kind of come to know and accept and live by. It's the rules and the regulations that we live by. But with the Tower here, I feel it's saying that there is a break with those ideas. There's a break with that long-term held belief. And that's because maybe in the distant past, you guys have been working towards something that you feel will give you external and superficial happiness. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, it just depends on how you see life. Okay, some people might deny. I see the Hierophant sometimes as being a card where we have to deny certain facets of ourselves, because it's being, you know, we're being told that we need to adhere to a certain idea about how we should be living our lives. And I feel that in the month of April, there is a real break in tradition with that with you guys, in which in the distant past, you might have been working towards something that was quite material, something that was quite earthy based, but something that is not so much spiritual, but more kind of a superficial and earthly nature. And that's why, in the present situation, it might be with the Empress card. And again, this is a card about superficial beauty. The Empress and the Devil are very similar to me in that way. Okay, so it might be in the present, as a result of that, you're very focused maybe on the external things of life, you know, where you live, your enjoyment of life, your the things that you have around you. Remember, the Empress has taken time to work on her crops. So she has built a very healthy harvest, but it's come through hard work, and she surveys all she does, and she's at a point where she's had some success. So with the Empress card and the Page of Wands, for me, it might be that as a result of this, whatever this material thing that you guys are working towards in the month of April, it might be as a result of that. And you've been doing this in the distant past. In the present, the Empress says to me, well, you know, I've achieved something here, but yet with the Page of Wands, there is more to achieve, because this is what the pages are. They're about the developments of certain situations. So it might be that you're heading in a different path because you want to gain more. So I feel that, you know, the month of April 2017 for you guys is about gaining more. But I feel that in terms of gaining more, you know, if you're going to gain more within your lives in the month of April, I think you're going to have to break with some of the ideas or beliefs that you've held for so long. As a result of that, in April, Gemini, you know, we've got Strength and the Seven of Swords. So the Strength card is really about being patient, okay? It's about waiting. It's about taking your time. It's about, you know, endurance, okay? It's the endurance to move forward. You know, take your time, endure, be patient, wait, don't worry about it. Sorry about the noise. Every time I start readings, we've got noise outside. And we've got this with the Seven of Swords. Now, if I were to look at the combination of this and look at the similarity, these are both about overcoming obstacles. So I feel that it's almost like you are overcoming something as a result of whatever it is that you are working towards here with this Knight of Pentacles and the Devil card. I feel that you are able to, as a result of that, find a way to move towards reaching a particular goal that you're looking at, Gemini, in the month of April 2017. Because we can see here, with the Tower and the Hierophant, there's a break with tradition. There's a break with probably some long-term held beliefs that you really need to do. And I feel that you really need to do this. You see, this section here is very, very important for you guys. Because sometimes in order to achieve a certain thing in life, we have to kind of sacrifice something. So I see this as a pair of cards that say that you guys are making some form of a sacrifice here. But it's all in aid of achieving something more, gaining something more within your lives. Because the root issue or the distant past card shows that you've been working towards, it could be with the Devil. You know, the Devil card can also mean that you know, this can be a boss, for example, or this can mean, well, I'm working towards something, but I'm not really getting anywhere because the Devil is getting all the fun. Okay, so the Devil, again, can act as a restriction. It can mean that you're working towards, I feel, with these two cards, a certain kind of materialistic thing, something that gives you kind of superficial joy. But it can also be, I feel, where, you know, all of your hard work and effort results in the Devil. So it results in tiredness, exhaustion, not really getting anywhere. So that might be the case for you guys as well, all right, in which all of this endurance that you've had to do, all of this waiting around with this Strength card, it's almost like you guys are saying, fuck it, you know what, actually, I'm not waiting around for this thing to happen. You know, I've paid my dues. I've spent too long waiting for something to happen. And now I'm kind of moving on from it. So I'm going to use my smarts. And this is you, Gemini, the Seven of Swords, because you're air. This is you guys moving on. This is you guys leaving behind this weight. It's almost like you're taking a shortcut here. Because I just get the impression that you're fed up with something here. Or you're fed up with waiting. Or you're fed up with having to kind of, you know, sacrifice what you truly want to do. Maybe for others, potentially. Your challenge seems to be the Chariot. So the Chariot is a card about progress, okay? So I feel that your challenge is complete and utter determination to do this thing. I don't really see this as a challenge. I see this as really a help to you, because this is what the Chariot is. It's about complete and utter determination to achieve a goal at whatever cost. You might be pulled in two directions when you get the Chariot card, Gemini, but I do feel in the long run this card is actually saying to you guys, you know what? The help is going to be that you've got a steely determination no matter what is going on with you. You look at this guy and he's not looking left and he's not looking right. Okay, so he's not looking at his peripheral vision. He's just looking forward. So in one way, if we were to look at this as a help card, it could be saying, well, the help for the month is that you are completely determined and focused. However, we could also say that your hindrance or your challenges is that you're not looking at the greater scheme of things. Okay, sometimes when I get the Chariot card, I feel that this is somebody who's moving so much forward. They've got so much dedication, so much focus that they're not looking left or right, so they can't really see the pitfalls around them. And I don't think that you do, because I feel that your determination to achieve. We've got the Seven of Wands here and the Five of Swords together, okay? So I feel that this could be, there's two ways to look at this. I feel that on the one hand, if you guys are the Seven of Swords, Seven of Wands, you can look at the cards and see how they interact with each other. You've got this guy here who's very defensive, all right? He's very, very defensive, and that's what happens when you get the Seven of Wands. But he's defensive against detractors, people who don't have his best interests at heart, people who want to cut him down. And I feel that a lot of people, or some people, or someone in the month of April 2017, Gemini, you're going to need to be on your guard. So in one way, if you're this person here, the Seven of Wands, you might have enemies, or you might have people who are jealous of your progress, or you might have people who really don't want you to succeed. Because the Seven of Wands guy stands there and he fights his corner because he is certain of success and he's not letting anybody hold him back. Okay, so he's not letting the naysayers, he's not letting the people that want to put him down, he's not letting anybody stand in his way. And there are people that might want to stand in your way. However, if you're the Five of Swords person, Gemini, and you could be because you're swords, you're air, it could still be the same thing. That this person here, if you're the Six Wands on the bottom of the card, you're saying, you know what, I want to get up as big as you are. I want to get on that hill. And it might be that somebody's saying, well, no, I want you to stay down. And there you are with the Five of Swords saying, I ain't staying down. I'm not staying down. I'm fighting my corner. If you want to fight, we'll have a fight. But I'm going to get to where I need to go, regardless. So either way with these two cards, we see here that there are certain detractors or certain people who might not want you to flourish in the month of April 2017. And that's kind of showing up within the first 2 weeks, that there might be people around you. We can see here, let's go back through the reading again. You are having a break with tradition. This Tower and the Hierophant. I see this as a break with tradition, a break with some long-held beliefs that might have been holding you back. Because it might be that in the distant past, the ideas that you've held so firmly and that you've worked towards, they might be being blocked by somebody who seems to be getting more than you are. They seem to be gaining more while you're gaining less. So therefore, it might be that some of you guys, you've been holding out for far too long. And with the Seven of Swords, it's like, fuck this. I'm not holding on for far too long now. I'm leaving this situation behind. I'm going to find a way out of it. Your challenge is the Chariot. If it's a challenge, you're very determined, and that's great. But look to either side, because there might be things that you're not seeing that might try and hinder you moving forward. And we can see that with the Seven of Wands. We can see that you do have detractors. Whether you're the Seven of Wands guy or the Five of Swords guy, Gemini, there will be people who will try and hold you back from actually making progress in a certain area of your life. Because we can see in the present situation, you know what? You've got some great ideas with the Empress card that you're working on, and you're moving towards them with that Page of Wands. You're actually developing. The Empress means when you've got great ideas, when you've got a lot of projects that you're working towards, and with the Page of Wands, you're looking to develop these things. All right? It's a brilliant reading so far. I can see real determination happening, Gemini, with you guys, and I think it's really commendable, and I can see that you're really holding your own in the month of April 2017. We can still see that there are, there's new ideas coming in. Ace of Wands shows up here. So there's a new beginning, a fresh start, and we are coming into the spring period. So we can actually see Ace of Wands usually represents springtime, okay? So it might be that at the start of spring, in the term of April, where you're starting to work towards these things. Also, this is great inspiration that you guys are feeling in the immediate future. The second 2 weeks of April, there may still be a lot of hard work with that Five of Wands energy that you need to bring things together, because the Five of Wands is the card where you can either say that there is conflict around this, or you can either say that, well, I'm working towards things, I might be working towards a certain goal with others, but really this is the card also that says, this is a lot of hard work, okay, to put this together. It's not finished yet. The only time that you get success with the Five of Wands is when you get that Six of Wands afterwards. It says that you've come through a very tumultuous time and you're riding high. But right now, new inspiration, it might be that the springtime area, Ace of Wands, you're going to face a lot of kind of difficulty with that Five of Wands. Whether this is difficulty in building whatever this thing is, or whether it's difficulty with others, okay? It can also be, competition. around this new idea that you have with the Five of Wands. Because remember, we do have someone here who's trying to tear you down. Okay, they're trying to say to Gemini, you can't do this. I don't want you to rise. I don't want you to be the best that you can possibly be. And you're like, but I am the best, and I'm going to be the best. And therefore, it might be your ideas cause conflict maybe with that Five of Wands. Or it might be that as you're entering into the springtime and working on this situation, your ideas, your inspiration, your ability to start attracting in what you want, it is faced with opposition with the Five of Wands. It's hard work. What you're going to be experiencing coming in, Gemini, is the Temperance card. Things are starting to come together for you in the month of April 2017, because that's what Temperance is. Temperance is the ability to try and mix and match certain opposing situations and bring things together. You still got detractors with that because you got the Page of Wands showing here. And we can see the Page of Wands is ready to strike in between those two cups that the angel is holding. Okay, so this person, you've still got some form of... it looks to me like you've still got some form of opposition to something that you're doing in April 2017, Gemini. It really does within this reading from what I'm seeing with the cards. It just looks like you've got opposition here. Your hopes will be to come through this very difficult time. I don't know whether it's very difficult, but Ten of Swords represents mental difficulties. It represents oppression, okay? But with the Four of Pentacles, it could mean for me, you know, this could be you guys here, but as a result of this, you know, you're starting to feel stable. You're starting to build something secure. So I feel that, you know, your hopes will be that after all of the oppression, and I can see that you guys, for some reason, there is some oppression here. I can see it in the Devil card showing up, the Hierophant here in the you now position, this Seven of Wands, Five of Swords in the best case scenario situation, and in the Ace of Wands and the Five of Wands energy showing here. I'm seeing oppression for something that you're trying to build or something that you're trying to do. It seems that you've got detractors or you've got people that don't want you to kind of move in a certain direction, or they don't want you to be successful. But I feel that your hopes are to be victorious after this. And the outcome shows Five of Pentacles and the Star. So it shows that whatever this situation is, if you guys have to make sacrifices around family or friends, it's for the best, because it ends very well. You know, it's always good after a card like the Five of Pentacles to show the Star, because it shows that this situation is not for nothing. So sometimes the Five of Pentacles will show up and it will show financial instability, but with the Star card, it says there's hope. You know, it's not going to be long. You're going to actually recuperate everything that you've lost. Sometimes this shows somebody who's leaving a place, but they're leaving somewhere for something better with the Star card. So I almost feel that the outcome is saying, Gemini, that, you know, whatever's going on here, it might be a little bit difficult in the month of April 2017, but you're actually going to overcome it, because the Star card after this Five of Pentacles says that you're going to overcome this time, whether it's financial instability in whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's having to sever ties, which this Five of Pentacles can mean, from a certain place, from certain people, from a certain energy. It's saying, you know, you're heading in the right direction. You might feel a little bit out on the outskirts after everything has happened in April, but you're actually heading in the right direction here. Let's quickly go through the reading again before we get the angel card for the month. So I feel that there is a break in tradition here. Tower and the Hierophant. The Hierophant can sometimes serve to, you know, the Hierophant's got too much to say sometimes. Sometimes the Hierophant, you know, it wants to impose its own ideals and beliefs on us, but is that really what we believe? So it's either a break with somebody else's beliefs, or it's a break with some, you know, some sort of brainwashing bullshit that you've been through for a really, really long time. It could be a break with religious beliefs, because the Hierophant often represents religious beliefs as well. And even spiritual beliefs, it could be a break with that. But there's something of a break with some form of belief that you guys have held. Because I feel in the distant past, whatever it is that you were putting effort into, it's almost like you're giving it over to a greater power than yourself. You're not really enjoying or experiencing, you know, the results of your hard labour. So, you know, you might have been working in a job for an awful long time and not getting paid enough, that type of thing, okay? So for me, this is kind of, you've been working a long time, but it's not really getting you anywhere. So I feel that after a time of kind of having to endure something here with the strength card, you know what, you decide to just like escape this shit. All right, because we can also look at strength sometimes as somebody who's being held back, especially if you're the lion, Gemini, and you're raring to go, but you got people who are saying to you, now, don't get above your station, don't do this, don't do that, we want to hold you back. You know, you're saying, fuck this, I'm leaving. So I see you guys as leaving a situation here. I'm going to get another card with this Chariot, actually, and see what the secondary card comes in as in your challenge or help position. Well, I feel the help is certainly I think it's more than a help, more a help, to be honest with you. And the help is that you've got a great perspective on where you want to be. You've got this Chariot, and Chariot represents travel. Some of you guys might be traveling towards a home or traveling towards seeing someone. Some of you guys, if we were to look at the energies of the card, the Chariot means to overcome an obstacle, gain success. And the Ten of Pentacles can be the completion of that. So I see that there is, for your help, you've got a perspective that you're actually going to get to where you need to be. Because in the present situation, what I'm seeing for you guys is that you've got some great things that you're working on, okay? You're working on yourself, you're working on the things that you love, you're very, very, very focused on, you know, prosperity and abundance and really building the life of your dreams with the Empress card. And you know that in order to do this, you need to kind of develop on what it is that you're working on at the moment with that Page of Wands. However, the best case scenario in the month of April 2017, in the first 2 weeks, is that you're going to face opposition because you've got that Seven of Wands and the Five of Swords. For me, this is somebody, I'm looking at the interaction of the cards. You see this person is fighting, and they're fighting opposition because the Five of Swords is opposition. So I see that you guys are fighting opposition, whether you're the person on the Five of Swords fighting the person on the Seven of Wands or vice versa. The second 2 weeks of April 2017, Gemini, see that, you know, you've got a fresh start here with the Ace of Wands. It is in the month of spring, so we've got April for the Ace of Wands showing here. And it's showing that there's a lot of hard work to do with that Five of Wands, but also it can be showing that there's possibly a lot of competitive action around you in a particular area that you're trying to pursue. Don't let anybody rain on your parade, Gemini. Don't let anybody bring you down, okay? Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something, because you can. Because just as you're starting to balance things out with this Temperance card, I feel this Page of Wands. Now, it could be an air sign person. It could be a little idiot, basically, that with too much to say. I feel that somebody's going to be, with their words, trying to bring you down, because the Page of Wands can be very destructive words when you get this. Remember, the swords represent thoughts, ideas, but also communication. So it might be that somebody's trying to bring down your peace. They're trying to piss on your peace. They're trying to tell you that you're not capable of doing something. All right? Your hopes will be to overcome, I feel, with this Ten of Swords, okay? And, you know, as a result of that, become stable. But also I feel to build something of structure, strength and security and stability around you. And the outcome really shows for the month of April 2017, Gemini, you achieve this because you've got the Five of Pentacles and that star. Now, yes, you might have to leave certain people behind. You might have to kind of sacrifice certain friendships. You might have to sacrifice, because this card here, when the Five of Pentacles is in the upright, this is about, it's not just about financial instability, it's about spiritual instability. So these people, it's not that they're just financially kind of lacking, but also this card is about a poverty consciousness. Now, the poverty consciousness can be in terms of your spirit, okay, your belief system. You're leaving a certain belief system behind, but you're doing the right thing because there's something better that you're following. Can you see how they follow the star? It says here that you're doing the right thing, okay? I feel that you guys are leaving something behind in the month of April 2017. I feel that it could be a spiritual thing. It could be friendships. It could be, you know, where you've been working for ages and not achieving anything. I feel that you might have some detractors or people that don't believe in a certain idea or a certain kind of you know, goal that you have. I feel that there will be people here who will want to piss on what you say, or they'll want to say, no, you can't do this because, you know, it's going to affect the family, or it's going to affect, you know, your livelihood, or it's going to affect who you are. But the outcome is saying plain and simple, no, it ain't. It ain't. Because where you're walking to is something even better with the star. Star means better times ahead. Okay, it means a wish is coming true. It means fulfillment. It means have faith. So it's saying to you really on this reading, yes, you're going to have detractors. You're going to have people that don't believe in what you do. You're going to have people that are saying to you, don't do this because this is not a good idea at this time. But I really feel that this reading is saying, follow your heart. Follow what you feel the best thing is to do, because you've been holding out and you've been holding on for something for too long. But if you're holding on for whatever it is that you're holding on to, Gemini, it ain't going to get you nowhere. You need to follow your own route and you need to follow your own path forward, because these cards do not lie. This is a brilliant energy in this. It's beautiful. It really is a nice energy. Follow that path, because that path, Gemini, is going to get you to where you need to go. We're going to get your angel reading, see what the angels have to say. And I think we're going to do a quick Lenormand. We're going to combine this with a quick Lenormand reading, actually. Universe, angels, what is the advice that you have for Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising signs? Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the month of April 2017. What is the advice that you have for Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising signs? Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the month of April 2017. Show me. It says within the next few months. That's the card that showed up for you guys. I hope you guys can see that. Let's have a look what the booklet has to say on that. Let's have a look. Here we go. Right, in the next few months, what you are asking about will occur. Divine timing means that other people's free will choices are also involved. So keep the faith while all the pieces of the puzzle come together and the situation resolves itself beautifully. There you go. You know, at the moment within the reading, yes, the outcome is that Five of Pentacles, but it has a star card in front of it. And that's a beautiful energy. So yeah, there might be sacrifices. There might even be some instability that you guys are going to go through, okay? But it's saying within the next few months, and even though you think, oh God, the next few months seems ages away, well, it's not. It's telling you to carry on, because whatever it is that you have been trying to do, you've been held back for too long in a certain situation. It's time you come out. It's time to come out of it. And you realise this within the reading. And it's telling you in the outcome, hold the faith. Because whatever it is that you distanced yourself from, whether it was for spiritual purposes, financial purposes, friendship purposes, family purposes, it was the right thing to do. Because the star card's telling you, actually, you were right. You were right to do this. You were right. It's an absolutely phenomenal reading. Lovely. What we're going to do, we're going to do a quick 3-card Lenormand reading for you, just to give a message from the Lenormand. I think I'm going to be introducing this every month on the channel, along with these readings. Just a quick 3-card Lenormand reading for you. Let's get these cards back up. We'll put that to the side. Okay. And for this, we're using the Bluebird Lenormand, okay? Universe Spirit, show me in 3 cards, what is the advice, Lenormand, that you have for Gemini in the month of April 2017? What is the advice that you have for Gemini? Show me the advice. What is the advice? What is the advice that you have for Gemini in the month of April 2017 in 3 cards from the top? Show me. Okay. Well, we've got the scythe. If you guys can see that, hopefully. We've got the anchor. And we've got the stork. You know, the anchor is the middle card here, and the anchor means something that is stable, all right? But I feel that, you know, the anchor within this reading is saying something that you've been stuck with for a very, very long time. Because when you get the anchor, it means it's anchored. It means it's not going away. It means it's permanent. So I feel that there are quick decisions in terms of something that is permanent within your lives, will lead to great changes with the Stork, because the Stork card means flight, it means movement, it means changes in residence, it means changes for the better. So Scythe means quick changes over something that is permanent. With the Anchor will lead to great changes with the Stork. Okay, said the same thing with the Lenormand. So I would like to say, guys, thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. I will see you guys on your 21 card Gypsy general 6-month spread, April through to September 2017. Okay, that's sitting next door to this ring. You got 2 in 1. All right, Gemini, you're up first. Okay, and I'll see you guys in May. Take care.